Radhe Radhe everyone. In this video, I will discuss with you 10 mistakes that you do while crafting your resume when you search for the job in the market. Basically, I will be reviewing the resume of one of my LinkedIn connections who requested me for this. So I thought let's create a video on top of this so that you are aware about all the important points that you need to keep in mind while crafting a good strong resume which helps you to get more interview calls in the current market situation. This video will be very helpful for you all, so stay tuned till the end. Alright, let's start the video, and before that please do hit the like button of this video. It really motivates me to bring more useful videos for you all. Subscribe to the channel if you're new to it, and you can also follow me on Instagram, LearnWidGiggs. Let me take you to the resume that he shared. So this is the resume he created on his own, and let us see what all mistakes he has done. So first of all, you can see on the screen, this is a one-page resume. So this mistake he has not done, which everybody else, I would say 90% of the people, what they do, they create more than one-page resume, maybe 2-page, 3-page, or maybe 4-page. Also, I have seen those examples also. So your focus should be to create a one-page resume always. Why? There is a psychological reason behind this. Any recruiter who is a non-technical person, they hardly give 8 to 10 seconds to any resume. And if you can assume, if you have more than one page of resume, will they get time to go to respective pages and see what you have mentioned over there? They won't get it, right? So that's why we have to think like how recruiters see our resume, and from their perspective it is very important to create a one-page resume, which he has not done that mistake, but many of you do that. So please keep in mind that you need to create a one-page template always. Now next thing you can see on the screen, he has used a columnar template. You can see on the left hand side there is a separate sections, and on the right hand side he has talked about his projects and experience. To be more professional, it is always recommended to not use this columnar template. Okay, always go for row template rather than choosing a columnar template. Now let's focus first on this section of his resume, and then we will move to this left hand section later on. So right now on the top he has mentioned his name, his role, and some background. By reading these lines you can clearly see these are very generic lines. So this is not a recommended way of writing about your background, about your past summary. A good example of that should be, it should include your existing skills with some relevant keywords of your domain. For example, you can see another template where I have written the same but a good summary. Proficient in data visualization, reporting, dashboarding, insight analysis with computer science engineering background, with hands-on experience in Excel, SQL, Power BI, Tableau, owning strong analytical skills, decision making, problem solving abilities with learning mindset and proactive approach. So this is how a good summary is written rather than writing like this which he has mentioned. So I hope it is clear to write a good summary about you. Now the next mistake that I can see over here is he has clubbed virtual experience / projects together. This should not be the right way of mentioning your experience and projects. Always divide your virtual experience with the project sections. So that means you need to have a virtual experience section if you have any separately, and the project sections separately. It gives a clear picture to the recruiter what kind of experience you have and what kind of projects you have built. So this point you should keep in mind. Now moving on to the next thing which I can see over here is the way he has mentioned his bullet points. Always remember, whenever you write a bullet point, you see how he has written leveraged, observed, located, uncovered. So what you have to keep in mind is, whenever you have to write in a bullet point, it should start with a strong action verb. Always remember this, it should start with a strong action verb, and at the same time it should not repeat anywhere else in the resume. And I can clearly see over here he has used observed over here, he has used observed over here. So that means he has repeated, and if you have repeated your strong action verbs, your ATS score will be lower. Always remember. So again repeating, start with a strong action verb and it should not repeat anywhere else on your resume. I can also spot another word over here, discovered. Again he has repeated, so again it will lower down his ATS score. If you don't know about ATS software, and the word which I am talking about right now is, it's basically application tracking software which many companies uses to shortlist the candidates their respective resumes. So it is always good to have a good ATS score if you are looking out for the job. I hope this point is clear to you. Now the next thing that I can observe over here is he has not quantified all his lines. You can see, observed the majority of customer queries were related to streaming. He has quantified many lines. You can see 73%, 26%, right? 48%. So he has tried to quantify many bullet points, but you have to keep in mind that you need to quantify every point which you are writing. It will, if you will quantify, your ATS score will be always high. So wherever he has not quantified with some logical numbers, quantified. So how to quantify then? Let me give you one example. For example, he has not quantified this also. Performed ETL operations in Power BI desktop to model data and create insightful report. He has not quantified. So what I will do, just copy these, go to ChatGPT, paste it, and in the next line write quantify the above line, like this. So basically you need to give this prompt to ChatGPT, quantify the above line, and click on enter. As soon as you hit the enter, you see it has quantified. Performed ETL operations in Power BI desktop and data exceeding 5 lakh rows, transforming and modeling data from multiple sources that improved report efficiency by 40%, right? In 3 departments, for 3 departments. So easily you can get the quantified lines from ChatGPT, but always provide some logical numbers, because if you will not be able to explain this in your interviews, it can create a negative impact. So this is another mistake that he is doing right now, which will actually lower down his ATS score. Moving further ahead, now I can see over here he has a lot of empty space at the last of his resume, which is not a good way of representing your profile. Always try to fill your entire space present on your resume. It looks more professional and it creates a better chance for you to get shortlisted. Another important point that you should keep in mind, which I can see over here, is he has made use of font colors, different like blue color and black color. So ideally you should not use these kind of colors like blue, orange, which I have seen in a lot of resumes earlier also in the past. So always keep this in black color only. Moving on to the next mistake which I can see over here is, whatever projects he has mentioned or even the internship that he has mentioned, he has not provided a direct link to the recruiter so that he or she can click on it and see his or her live interactive report or project, whatever he has built till now. And how to get the direct link? For that you need to create your project portfolio. So the link part of respective projects is missing over here, which is very important to be included on the resume. So that mistake he has done, keep this point in your mind that you should not do. Now let's move to the left part of this resume.
And friends, if you want to learn data analyst demanding skills, which includes Excel, SQL, Power BI, Python, Tableau, as well as introduction to Microsoft Fabric, then I would recommend you to go for Codebasics Data Analyst Bootcamp 4.0, and you can become an AI enabled data analyst. The bootcamp price is very affordable as it costs rupees 10,800, and at the same time the quality of the course is very good, that I can assure you of. This is how your learning journey will look like.
So first you will start with Excel, then Power BI, afterwards SQL, and along with that you will be learning Python, Tableau, as well as Microsoft Fabric, which is very demanding in the market. And parallelly you will be talked about the importance of online credibility on LinkedIn as a fresher. Along with that, they will help you in resume preparation, then they will assist you in job application strategies, and also they will provide an interview preparation guide. At the end they will also provide 2 virtual internships which you can include on your resume too. So after 4+ months of consistent hard work, you will be job ready in the market. I will provide the link of this bootcamp in the description box of this video. Please do check it out.
So on the top he has mentioned contact, his Gmail ID, his phone number, and his LinkedIn link. To be very professional, to make your resume interactive, it is recommended that don't use complete links of any kind of link that you are attaching. For example, if you have to use a LinkedIn link, write the word LinkedIn and attach a link to it so that the word LinkedIn will become a link for you. So whatever direct links he has included all of them as it is. So instead of this, he should write Power BI projects, directly write GitHub, directly write YouTube, and attach the link to them respectively. Now coming to the technical skills, he has skills of Power BI, SQL Server, Excel, and Python, which I can see over here. In Power BI, is mentioned dashboard, Power Query, ETL, data modeling, DAX. So whenever you are writing technical skills, this is very important section of your resume. Why? Because many of the recruiters directly come to this technical skill section first, and then they go to the projects or experience section. So this section, it has to be made very carefully, and try to include as many relevant keywords with which they can search for your profile. For example, right now under Power BI, I can see he has not mentioned Power BI desktop, he has not mentioned Power BI service. If I come down to the SQL Server, he has mentioned DDL, DML, join CT, but he has not mentioned MySQL. Sometimes recruiters look for MySQL rather than looking for SQL Server, and you know SQL Server and MySQL are almost equal, so why not to mention about MySQL also database? So again, important keyword missing over here. If I come down to the Excel, he has mentioned VLOOKUP, XLOOKUP, match, index, Power Query, Power Pivot. Another important keyword in Excel is pivot table, missing over here, and many recruiters search for pivot table. So think like recruiters, what they are looking for, what they will look for, and that you can gain through multiple job descriptions that are there in the market. So I hope this mistake that he has done throughout of this technical skills, it is clear to you now. Last, he has mentioned languages, proficient in English and Hindi. This is unnecessary section which is included over here. Rather than this, you can try for achievements or certification section which you have any. So you can see a lot of mistakes he has done on this resume, and I believe many of you would have repeated a few of them on your resume too. So I hope all the things are clear to you now. Please do leave a comment if you found this video useful, and stay tuned for the upcoming videos. Thank you.